Hi, I'm Jason, and welcome to our Monday sports program on Radio DG. Today we've invited the school rugby star, Harry Stone. Thank you for coming, Harry.
Thank you for having me here. This is my first time on the air.
Harry, I'm sure our listeners would like to know your story of becoming a rugby player. I must admit, a very unusual choice in Canada.
Well, you see, there are no volleyball or basketball teams for children in our area, so the choice was limited. To add, I'm heavily built and I've always been so. My dad was a professional football player and I grew up kicking a football. Obviously, I was not a frontrunner. Unfortunately, or fortunately, who knows, I was too chunky for the sport. So the beginning of my story is a bit like the history of rugby. 2 centuries ago, a schoolboy invented rugby by picking up and running with the ball during a football match. That is exactly what I did, furious as I was at not being able to catch up with a rival on the pitch.
Sounds intriguing. So your dad took you to a local rugby team, didn't he?
My story's got more twists and turns, more than it may seem at first sight. Rugby became my passion when I changed school. It was a tough time. New people, new environment, new teachers. I needed a helping hand. Luckily, there was a teacher called Paul Smith who made me see my potential as a rugby player, and he got me involved in the sport. I ended up taking it quite seriously, and I never threw in the towel, no matter how hard it was. And early on, I would say my teacher was a driving force in that. By the way, not only did my love for rugby help me to integrate into a new community and make new friends, but it also taught me a lot.
What lessons has rugby taught you?
I love training after a tedious day of studies, dealing with the stress and worries of the day through the rucks, mauls and passes of rugby. When I can smell the pitch, I can relax and do my job properly. I've become a responsible team player. I know it's important that when you play you can rely on every teammate and they can rely on you. You're on the field for a limited time to reach one goal, to win. It's all or nothing, to sink or swim. I love rugby because it has taught me so much about life and leadership. It's helped me to find out who I am.
Do you have a favorite rugby team?
Obviously, I'm a fan of the Super League, but the All Blacks, the national team of New Zealand, are icons for millions of rugby fans, as well as for me. It is unbelievable how the country has managed to nurture generations of world-beating players and made the sport dominant in New Zealand. The world is fascinated by the fact that they have claimed 3 World Cups and won more than 3/4 of the matches they have played in their 125-year history, more than any major national sports team. And haka, have you ever seen the dance they perform before every match? Even if you're not keen on rugby, it's a must-see performance.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years as a rugby player?
That is a tricky question. I haven't thought about it yet. I'd like to follow my idols, Owen Farrell and Semi Radradra. People say a rough sea makes stronger sailors. I'm ready to practice as much as I need and give it my best shot. At the end of the day, I have no ambition to become a superstar, but I have a wish to become the best version of myself.
Thank you so much, Harry. I wish you all the best and look forward to reading about you on sports websites.